You've seen the title, you know what this video is about, but why do I think Ludwig Ahgren is the perfect model for a streamer, and more so the perfect example of content creation done right in 2023? I could say it's his good looks, his thick luscious hair, his chest hole, an extensive collection of Crocs, or his personable and parasocial approach to streaming, or maybe it's his ability to always make light of himself. Any of these things would be correct. But I think Ludwig's success comes down to just one thing. His his packaging. No, seriously, no matter who you are, Ludwig's package will help you. Ludwig Ahgren is a master of packaging his content, where the average streamer spends their time just going live, playing a game, and then uploading a basic highlight video with gameplay and camera. Ludwig is obsessed with his package. And before we look at Ludwig's package, we need to talk about his premise, because Ludwig's package doesn't work unless he has a juicy premise. If you've watched this channel before, you may have heard something similar to this. I'm gonna cover it again, not because I'm out of content, but because repeating yourself is what Ludwig would do. So Ludwig breaks every stream down into 3 major components. He establishes a goal, he establishes a challenge or the hurdles to stop him, and then he establishes his stakes. This is a tried and true method and the most basic form of storytelling. Luke Skywalker's goal is to save the galaxy and defeat Vader. His journey across the galaxy is met with bounty hunters and battles, and the entire universe is at stake if he fails. Frodo's goal is to save Middle-earth by destroying the One Ring. His journey is met with orcs, spiders, evil beings who try to stop him, and the entire world is at stake if he fails. Ludwig's goal is to not laugh. His journey is met with a stretched out PNG of an ape farting, and the greatest thing of all is at stake, his best friend tasing his bare ass live on stream. Ludwig's streams are truly the hero's journey of the digital age. While you might laugh, these easy to understand stories and stakes are crucial to his and many other creators' success. By establishing a goal early on that is simple to understand, Ludwig boosts one of the most important currencies of digital content. He boosts his retention rate. His audience watches the entire stream or series of streams, waiting for the moment when they can spam, "Hi YouTube, I was here," as he beats Pogo Stuck, Jump King, speedruns Wikipedia, Pokemon Nuzlocke, raps his subathon, or crushes an elderly man at Monkey Ball. And while they're watching, Ludwig uses a simple but powerful tool to keep them entertained, where other streamers throw on basic lo-fi tracks that are indistinguishable from each other and let them play from a playlist on repeat. Ludwig has a carefully curated playlist of music that he uses to boost his content at the right moments. By choosing to use certain tracks, he takes what might be an exciting moment and turns it into something unforgettable for a viewer. A simple joke becomes a clip watched 80,000 times, or even simply timing your intro to the beat of a song becomes a recognized meme across an entire platform, to the point where even the largest creators are memeing your intro.
Boys, the plan is simple. Today, we're gonna be
All of this combines into just one word. Spectacle. Essentially, you don't want to miss out. You have to be there live. And because of how he creates his streams as a story, with beats, emotions, and trials to overcome, it becomes incredibly easy to create a video from it. Because if you are curious about why your videos likely aren't succeeding, it's probably because they lack the thing every good YouTube video in 2023 requires: story. And his stream premises always have a beginning, middle, and end. Except maybe his Pokemon Ludlock. I don't think he's beating that anytime soon. And if you do have a story but your videos still aren't working, well then you might need to think a little bit more about Ludwig's package. That's right, this bit is back. When Animal Crossing was released during the height of lockdown, Ludwig didn't just make a video playing it. Sure, the hype was there, it might have worked. It would have been easy to title it "Trying Animal Crossing for the First Time." But he doesn't. He says, "If I say this word, I end stream." The video is packaged as a challenge and it appeals to the largest possible demographic. Every person who is subscribed or likes the content will see this and can click on it without needing any prior knowledge. Sure, when they do, it is an Animal Crossing video, but the premise they clicked for is there and it's incredibly entertaining and engaging. So even if they don't like Animal Crossing, they're not likely to click away because of it. But if you liked Ludwig but didn't like slow-paced games like Animal Crossing because you're some sick freak, then you wouldn't click a video he packaged as "Ludwig plays Animal Crossing." Teehee. Often new creators say they want to be a variety streamer and play or do whatever they want, hoping to grow eventually. But that won't work. Variety streaming is one of the hardest ways to grow, and the reason Ludwig has succeeded is he understands the power of how you market yourself to others. Ludwig does this time and time again. Here he is playing Spy Party with J-Slat. What did he call this video? Never give J-Slat a gun. Or here he is opening boxes from his very safe, secure PO box. But it's packaged as I leaked my address. But look, before you comment, I hear what you're saying. This is evil. This is dread. This is actually just plain and simple, unadulterated clickbait. Jesus. And to that, I say, yeah, you're right. It is clickbait, but it's the kind of clickbait that delivers on the content. If he says the word, there are consequences and the stream ends. J-Slat is in the video playing a sniper, and Ludwig did leak an address connected to him for his viewers to send things. It just wasn't his house address. That said, the way he leaks IP addresses, it might be soon. He isn't clickbaiting like the Discovery Channel at midnight when they start playing documentaries about how mermaids are real, or any of the dozens of YouTube channels that show the most outlandish, impossible things in their thumbnails. Heck, I would even say Ludwig's level of clickbait is at least better than MrBeast's React channel. At least he doesn't package it like it's him in the video putting the steel bar in the shredder. Let's move on. Look, at the end of the day, not every audience will be okay with every type of clickbait, but the rule of thumb is to deliver on what you promised and to appeal to your community. Ludwig knows his audience incredibly well, and because of that, he knows what is too far and has built an understanding with that audience of the type of content he produces. Heck, if we're being honest, he really only makes 10 different videos and just repeats them every 3 months, with a few original ones thrown in to see if it works, and if it does work, well, he'll cycle that in to the new 10 ideas. No, seriously, during Ludwig's rise to fame, he had roughly 10 to 12 series that he repeated. He had tier lists. This is simple, easy content that is focused on topics anyone can relate to, like fast food, animals, and when this is done right, well, it gets massive engagement as people argue that you are right, but mostly that you're wrong. His Amazon shopping streams were always a hit. These were good because he splits them into 2 videos, letting my audience buy anything, and then I leaked my address. 1 stream, 2 videos, that's genius. The obvious and one of my favorite to rewatch, the You Laugh, You Lose series. This is just reacting to jokes and memes, and if it gets boring, you just pretend to laugh so your best mate can tase you. Speaking of reacting, what about just straight up reacting to unusual memes and TikToks? Hey, it did well, and they release compilations often enough that you'd never run out of content. Sure, this was replaced by the button reacts recently, which honestly, we all love. It's hard to admit, but we do have to admit, we love the button reacts. Another one, and one of my favorite series, is How I Accidentally, where he breaks down the story of how he accidentally achieved something like his chess viewership record. Of course, we discussed the I Cannot Say This Word series, and that's followed by a very similar series, Answering Any Question Chat Asks or Else, where he used to drive up donations and subs when he was much smaller by allowing them to ask absolutely anything that he would then have to answer. There is, of course, the collaborative challenges, which is now called Bro vs. Bro, or just originally where he challenged other creators to the human benchmark test, Monkey Ball, but really it was mostly GeoGuessr or wiki speedruns, which evolved into a new series, Bros vs Pros, where he had 2 friends try to take on professionals in other games or hobbies such as Pokemon or rock climbing. And what has to be the most impressive series, at least for me, is the Brutal Challenge series, streaming until I beat Elden Ring, surviving 50 hours in a box, beating Pogo Stuck, getting over it, Jump King, God Gamer Gauntlet, and of course, the Winnie the Pooh Home Run Derby Challenge. Okay, I have to admit, I am just poking fun at Ludwig for this because there is actually an immense amount of originality and uniqueness to the content he produces, but he also has the staple content that is easier to produce, to keep releases up consistently, and to not put the pressure on to always be releasing his next massive video, like Mogul Money, which is an extremely well thought out piece of content, an entire live show that can then be turned into a video. Or his other bangers, like my favorite, his top 10 salty ice climber moments video. Oh, sorry, I meant his I Made a Secret YouTube channel video, which, while not being a guide to show the perfect way to grow, still proves he didn't become successful from sheer algorithmic luck, or laughing at a fat farting monkey with his best mate.
God fucking damn it!
At the end of the day, every creator can learn from Ludwig. We can learn how to structure a premise to be engaging, how to package it to be clickable, and how to create formats that appeal to your audience and can be repeated without being, well, repetitive. The only thing we can't learn, though, is how to play Pokemon.
I missed the entire Celtics game, but it doesn't matter because we got the dub.
If you like this video, please give it a like or a comment below. I find breaking down what creators who are successful do well really enjoyable and interesting. I'd love to make this a series to combat all the drama channels that say creators are falling off. and your support helps make that more likely. So shout out to Retro Banjo, Furious Wrath, Rytos, Scarnon, and everyone else who supports the channel by being a member. It also helps keep these videos sponsor free. And hey, if you want to hear actionable advice about how to put all of this video into your streams and videos, then click this video right here. It will really help you out. I'll see you guys next week.